attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance, a full-service corporate securities and business transactions law firm. Today is the first in a LawCast series talking about finder's fees. As a recurring topic, I discuss exemptions to the broker-dealer registration requirements for individuals and entities that assist companies in fundraising and related services. I have previously discussed the no action letter based exemption for M&A brokers, the exemption for websites that are limited to offers directed at accredited investors, and for crowdfunding portals as part of the Jobs Act, and the statutory exemption from the broker-dealer registration requirements found in Exchange Act Rule 3A4-1, including for officers, directors, and key employees of issuers. I have also previously published a blog on the American Bar Association's recommendations for the codification of an exemption from the broker-dealer registration requirements for private placement finders. A related topic with a parallel analysis is the use of finders for investors and investors groups, an activity which has become prevalent in today's marketplace. In that case, the investor group utilizes the services of a finder to solicit issuers to sell them securities, generally convertible notes, and for the investment group to buy. These finders may also solicit current shareholders or current convertible note holders to sell their holdings to the new investor or investor group. Most, if not all, small and emerging companies are in need of capital, but are often too small or premature in their business life cycle to attract the assistance of a banker or broker-dealer. In addition to regulatory and liability concerns, the amount of a capital raise is usually small, and emerging companies generally need less than $5 million, and accordingly, the potential commission for a broker-dealer is limited as compared to the time and risk associated with the transaction. Most small and middle market bankers have a base level criteria for acting as a placement agent in a deal, and which might also include a minimum amount of commission that they would need to collect to become engaged. In addition, placement agents have liability for the representations of the issuing company and fiduciary obligations to investors. As a result of the need for capital and need for assistance in raising that capital, together with the liability to attract licensed broker-dealer assistance, a sort of black market industry has developed, and it's a large industry. Neither the SEC, FINRA, or state regulators have the resources to police the prevalent industry of finders. The fact is that there are thousands of unlicensed finders that operate openly and even advertise their services, making it impossible for practitioners to convince small companies that they should not utilize the services of this very open group. As the saying goes, if everyone is doing it and doing it openly, it must be okay, but it is not okay under the law. I recommend a regulatory framework that includes limits on the total amount finders can introduce in any 12-month period, anti-fraud and basic disclosure requirements that match the issuer's responsibilities under registration exemptions, and bad actor prohibitions and disclosures which also match issuer requirements under registration exemptions. I'm securities attorney Laura Anthony, founding partner of Legal and Compliance and producer of LawCast. Should you have any questions about today's topic, please visit securitieslawblog.com and lawcast.com or contact me directly. Inquiries of a technical nature are always encouraged.